is 12:05. It is the Oil Stream. It is brought to you by Boston Pizza, where they've got their holiday menu locked and loaded, and it is absolutely delicious. Find it at all Boston Pizza locations.
Saturday, 170th.
Okay.
I will be having from the holiday playlist.
What's the plan?
Oh, the vodka chicken parm. Penne.
It's a penne.
It's not chicken parm. It's a penne.
It's a penne.
Vodka with chicken.
Sounds good.
I had it out of the gate a couple of times. I think like 3 times the first week or two.
Yeah.
I needed a break. Like
you were crushing it there for a while.
Oh, it's so good.
Oh, he's a big pasta boy.
Pasta. Tony was giving me the gears. He's like, how come you, because the last time we were there, he's like, how come you didn't get the penne? And I was like, Tony, I've had it like 3 times.
Yeah,
last
my
week,
God,
man.
what are you trying to do? Beef me up to kill me and eat me?
He's getting me all fat and sassy. But on Saturday, when we're there for the game, join me. It's going to be a fun time. Rick was asking about it, so he might even show up.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. I think I'm going to get that because it's going to be a 5 o'clock start. Yeah. So it's kind of that weird.
That's a nice night to get out.
Yeah.
5 o'clock start at a BP's.
Yeah.
No complaints, I think, from anybody.
Yes. So, I mean, we can complain about the team and the performance.
You can definitely do that. You can do that there together. Boston Pizza's on location this month, Saturday, Westgate with Tommy Gazzola. On December 16th, Clairview.
Yeah.
December 27th, back at Boston Pizza Westgate. December 29th at Clairview. You can find it all. You go to EdmontonSportsTalk.com, click on location, and you'll see where we are set up for Tommy's pre and post.
Yeah.
How was post game last night?
You know what? There was a little bit of angst, and rightly so. I think people were caught in between anger from the first 60 minutes and then happiness with like that last 1.9 seconds.
Yeah.
And then anger.
Just euphoria.
Yeah, it went from what the hell is this garbage to, oh, look at that, they're coming back. Oh, they did come back with 1.9 seconds left to 34 seconds left or into overtime. Oh my God, that was terrible. Like it was just like this.
That overtime plunge, like people at the rink must have just been, you must have been stunned. Yeah. If you're at the rink, you must have been absolutely shocked with what ended up happening at the end of that game. I mean, the whole place is going nuts. Connor McDavid celebrates like he used to celebrate big goals, the slide, the up, the fist pump, and then don't touch the puck in overtime outside of maybe Bouchard got a little bit of it. And then everybody else just decided to get out of the way. Like, when was the last time you saw somebody off of, and it wasn't, off the rush? There'll be some breakdowns. Somebody will get in all alone.
Yep.
When was the last time in overtime, in the National Hockey League overtime, you saw 3 players within 10 feet of the man with the puck and one of the team's best offensive players wide open in front of the net? When do you ever see that? Like highlights and lowlights today on Hernan and Gager's show, EST Afternoons, as you guys could do 3 segments on just a couple of goals last night.
You will feast.
So that overtime goal was completely out. All 3 of those guys. And yeah, Skinner, sure. Yep, do you want him to make a save there? Of course you do. But what if Zach Hyman was wide open in front of Alex Lyon? Would people be like, well, Alex Lyon let him down? No, you wouldn't. Those 3 guys and the big boys completely botched it and handed that game to the Buffalo Sabres. Nancy, you got your highlights and lowlights lined up?
Yeah. And Knobloch said post-game, there's miscommunication. Yeah, no bleep, Sherlock.
There was no communication. There couldn't have been.
But what stuns me is, for many, those are those are 2 of the best players on the Oilers in the world. And then on the Oilers, everybody thinks Bouchard's probably the 3rd best player.
Yeah.
Okay? Ugh. How does that happen in overtime against the Buffalo Sabres?
Well,
listen.
They were all so concerned about Ryan McLeod.
Yeah.
Well, they were all, no, because they're thinking offense too.
Exactly. Well,
that's all they want to do.
That's what it was.
That's fair.
Right?
Draisaitl was on the other side of McLeod.
He was the one.
He was hoping that something came up high.
And then
McDavid was, what he was waiting.
He was ready to spring.
And he was gone the other way. So he didn't even look at who he had to be defensively. And then Bouchard had no idea what he was doing. There's no purpose of where Bouchard was.
Yeah.
But what was he doing? What purpose was he serving there?
Stuff.
And then people have the audacity to blame Stewart Skinner. I get you want to save.
Sure.
You always want to save.
Yeah.
That's just the way it is. But come on. Skinner should be number 4 culprit on that.
100%.
goal. Number 4.
Well, if anybody has him higher than number 4, then
You're giving a free pass.
you're just a hater at that point. Right? 780-218-9999. If you're listening to the oil stream today, tune in, iHeart. Matty Iwanek he's messing around with some bitrate stuff on the TuneIn and iHeart and online feeds. So let us know if it stops dropping off as much as it had been the last couple of weeks. If you're listening on those apps, just let us know. That would be good.
You know what I've found on iHeart when I'm driving?
Yeah.
Or through my phone? When I go, I think when it jumps from a different tower to another tower, it'll cut out for like 2 seconds.
Yeah, that would be like the internet connection on your phone,
On the
right?
phone,
Yeah.
It's an iPhone 15 or 16.
Ooh, humble brag. I'm on an iPhone 11 over here.
Are you?
Dan, so what do you got? What's your phone?
I think I'm on an 11 too.
Yeah. Look at us poor boys.
Old school.
Yeah.
Well, Christmas bonus on Friday, so that'll.
Hey!
You guys are all delusional. I'm just telling you right now. Like, Gager was wearing that suit last night. I texted group chat. I'm like, Gager, looking like a new suit. It wasn't screaming for help. Like, it looked like it fit comfortably.
You look good yesterday.
And he looked good. And he goes, yeah, I put a down payment on it with the Christmas bonus I plan on getting. I was like, guys, I
Didn't
don't.
he send a pool emoji from?
He did send the pool
Christmas
emoji from
Vacation?
Christmas Vacation.
Yeah. Well, you know what? And I think Modern Measure, if he went there, he's in good hands. I saw Jared and Richie yesterday, the boys.
Yeah, very nice guys.
Great guys.
Yeah, if you do need a suit, man, the Modern Measuring crew, those guys will take care of you.
Those guys are
100%.
fantastic.
I got a couple suits from them a little while ago. All right, 780-218-9999 is where you can get in here, and we're gonna get to lots of your text messages. I mean, what do you think of the way they lined up to start overtime? Because they went three wide. Whereas the Sabres, I think, had Rasmus to lean back a bit.
Yeah.
And people are saying, if Bouchard was back, like Deline was back, then Draisaitl wins that puck straight back, and either it goes to Bouchard right away, or he's got a 6-foot head start on Tuck to get to the corner.
And they had to
do they always start overtime like that?
I don't think so.
Or was it a modification for that game? I'd have to go back and look at some other overtime starts. I'm sure some of you might know.
Listen, they probably had something in mind, and they had to redrop that puck to start overtime, too. Did you notice that? I think there was a head flail from Leon. He was upset.
Oh, did they? Oh, yeah. Did they?
I think they had to redrop it, didn't they?
Trying to think. I can't remember.
I think they did.
I should be able to remember this one way or the other.
Anyway,
I don't know if it matters.
I don't
anyway,
know.
man.
I'm assuming they had something set up in mind. They didn't execute on it, obviously. One of the three out there struggled mightily that game.
780-218-9999 is where we can to get in. Coach Mike says Knobloch will never be able to get 97, 29, and 2 to think defense first. Will he? It's just not in their DNA, man.
I think that was Coach Mike.
Yeah,
I think Coach Mike's onto something. I mean, these guys.
I mean, 5-on-5. I think McDavid and Draisaitl have improved a lot since 10 years ago.
Sure.
But there still is a tendency where you're like, kind of flew the zone a bit early there.
Yeah.
When they started really horribly at the beginning of the year, there was a lot of that.
Oh, yeah.
You're like, what's going on here? But that's what that goal was. Like, Connor didn't care who else was still in the zone. He was thinking Draisaitl was going to win that puck, chip it on the boards. He's gone. Hat trick. Place goes nuts. That's not what happened because Draisaitl didn't pressure McLeod enough. McLeod looked this way, and he's like, I'll just turn here, feed it across.
And Bouchard casually wandered over.
Bouchard's standing there just going like this.
Yep. Yeah, that's exactly what he did. I'll tell
that?
everybody what
What
Dusty's
is
doing.
that?
He was waving his stick blindly.
Yeah.
That's what Dusty was demonstrating for those
He looked like
listeners.
he was a blind person with one of those sticks and was walking down the sidewalk.
Yep.
Like, what are you doing there?
Okay, so McLeod kind of funnels his way to the sidewall. Draisaitl was kind of on him, tailing him. Bouchard wanders into that area, and so you think you have them overmatched with a 2-on-1 there. And McDavid was in the right area. He was in the middle, but he casually wandered in and circled towards all three of them.
Yeah.
And then Tuck just
Tuck must have been thinking, this is unreal.
casually goes down into the slot. All the while, nobody even touches McLeod. He sees Leon on the one side, tucks it back, goes back the other way. Oh, look at that. Evan Bouchard's kind of coming towards me. Look at that. All I have to do is slide it through one stick and Alex Tuck's wide open. And that's exactly what happened. Like, Ryan McLeod is skilled enough to make those plays and to have the offensive recognition to execute on them. And it was just so casual. Not one of them laid a hand on him. Like, if Draisaitl pinned him,
yeah,
and then Bouchard went in for the double team and took the puck out, and then Connor saw that and was reading it that way, and he was just circling up.
Yeah.
Okay. But they just kind of let McLeod be. They pressure, if you want to call it pressured him, but there was no challenge really to McLeod. It was a terrible.
Nothing. Like at least
not even a coach.
At least I know that McDavid was cheating for offense. I don't know what Bouch was doing.
Great question.
Right? Like that's
great point.
That's the thing. Connor's doing something wrong because he's cheating for offense a little bit there. He's not worrying about who's behind him. He's thinking pucks him on the board. See you later. I'm gone. That's what Connor McDavid does. That's what Connor McDavid is. And I guess you could say he's standing around not looking like he knows what he's doing is kind of what Bouch is sometimes.
Well, Jamming says Leon didn't do anything to McLeod. Yep. I mean, outside of like got into his area. I gave him the credit of pressuring, quote unquote. Yeah.
780-218-9999. Library Pat texts in today. Says, guys, OT is not the issue from the... Well, it is. I mean, it's not the only issue, I guess, maybe Library Pat should say. He says, the issue is that they got outworked by the bleeping Buffalo Sabres again. So infuriating. That's in from Library Pat. And that's the thing. Like, I thought they started the game okay. Then the second... I mean, started to tail away from them at the end of the first. Second period simply was not good enough. And then... they're like, okay, we got to get going. We got to get going in the third. And then you come out and get a couple. We're going to get to the Podkolzin goal in a second. But Tommy, yeah, Buffalo's on the second half of a back-to-back. They're the worst road team in the league.
2-9-2.
And
until last
they
night.
beat you pretty handily 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Like that game should have been so much in favor of the Oilers. And that's what you said last night after the game. What'd you say? After the game, you're like, oh, there's some positives. Wasn't that bad. But now that you've thought about it, unacceptable.
I'm like, that was pathetic. Again, I don't want to use that word. Not only that, what added to my change in feel about that game. Like, I was like, okay, well, they got the point, and it was nice that they battled back. They didn't play good in the first two periods, well, specifically in the second period. And then, utter breakdown on the game-winning goal. And last night I was like, yeah, that's all right, whatever. It's too bad they didn't have a 3-game winning streak. And then today I'm listening, I'm hearing Shoggy talk about them, I'm listening to Noodles talk about them, I'm listening to you and Rick break it all down. And I'm thinking about like Buffalo's situation going into last night and how desolate and ripe for the picking they were. And the Oilers just let them live. And not only did Buffalo live, they kind of prospered. They had to address Joshua Dunn. Isaac Rosen had to be called up and put in. Norris had to come out. They lost... Ellis? Well, Ellis, yeah, that's another story, too. Zucker.
Oh, yeah, he didn't play.
Zucker got hurt in Calgary. This was so primed up for Edmonton to win, and they did get a point, but holy crap. And then you still, 30 games into the season, do not have a winning streak. At all. That, I'm listening to you guys talk. I'm listening to Noodles. I'm listening to Shoggy. I'm listening to you, and I'm going, no, this is not kosher at all. This is stank. Last night. That was stank. All the goodwill they had built up with their back. Is Bouchard on the Olympic radar? Like, we're having these conversations and they're positive. And, we're talking about how going back to the Tampa game, they had played better. Yes, they had. But they always seem to, this season, have that one letdown game to really bring everything back down. It was Dallas a couple of weeks ago, where they get their asses kicked. It was Buffalo a couple weeks prior to that. It was Colorado not too long before the Buffalo loss. Here we go again, where you're thinking, geez, They're incrementally building. They're turning this thing around. All right, they're going to be fine. And you get a sweetheart situation last night, and you piss it away. And yes, I am going to acknowledge the 1 point, but you piss it away. That should have been 2 points. It should have been very similar to the Winnipeg game, and yet it wasn't. And that's a bad reminder, in my opinion. I digress.
780-218-9999. If you're listening online, it's 780-218-9999. If you're watching on YouTube right now, hammer the thumbs up for us. And you can feel free to chime in the chat, or you can still text us as well if you don't want to get involved in the chat. And sometimes on a post-game show, you might not want to get involved in a chat.
Oh yeah,
there's too much of certain people last night in that chat. I'm just going to say that. I'll leave it at that for now.
I steered more towards the text line. I love this how you can split up the tabs now. We did go into the chat a bit, but there's some usernames that were like way out of line that we had to ban too. That's not for this show, but you're right. The chat can get a little bit wild.
Yeah. We'll get to some of your chats here in just a sec. We haven't even, we've spent a lot of time about the overtime thing. We got to talk about the turnover here.
Do we ever?
We'll get to the accountability conversation in a second. I think there's a lot of different ways you can look at that one. Bouchard, have you seen a worse turnover in the league this season, Tommy?
Okay, I want to say probably. But that one.
But how can you be worse than in that spot?
That one sticks out like a thorn, man.
Right, like that was really bad.
There's been some terrible turnovers, but that was egregiously bad.
He might as well have just wrapped it around on Skinner and just not gotten Thompson the point.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how you can have a more critical turnover outside of like skating out from behind your net. And Thompson's standing in the slot and slaps his stick and you pass it to him.
Here you go.
You set him up for the one-timer. Like that was... We're sitting here and he's played well for a month.
Sure.
And I tried to show some support for the guy that we're usually just absolutely beating to death and say, does he deserve to be in the conversation for the Olympic team? And I said, I think he's put himself in the conversation to be one of those guys that when they put out the final list, they go missing the cut or
honorable
just
mention.
Missed, honorable mention.
Sure.
I thought, but he doesn't even deserve to be on the honorable mention list. Like that play simply, he's played 377 National Hockey League games. And when it's bad, we're having this conversation every week.
Yeah.
Even when it's good, we're still having this conversation every 4 to 5 weeks. And I think we just have to accept that we're going to be having a monthly conversation about Bouchard awful giveaway for the next 8 years. Because he's not changing. That guy's not changing.
I'm going to say something here. Could you see somewhere down the road where, yes, like his contract is his contract, and that's not changing as well? Could you see him eventually, if this continues and we have to have a talk like this once every month, every season about him, would he not be an ideal third pairing guy, power play specialist then? But I know we'd say, well, that contract
you can't
doesn't
for that
justify,
much money, man.
Because if this is what he's
fire
going
them all
to be,
if that's the case.
If this is what it's going to be, that doesn't scream top pairing guy to me.
Yeah, but for like the last 3 to 3.5 weeks,
he's been.
I thought he was good, and it was more him than it was Ekholm.
Right?
Yeah. It's just.
That's why I'm saying this is just okay, maybe he just evolves into power play specialist and plays 17 minutes.
Can't have that
because of the contract.
Because of the contract, you cannot have that. They are paying him like he has to be a top pairing power play monster as well.
But what if it's more beneficial for you to play him less 5-on-5 or even PK minutes and allow him to cook with the man advantage and in limited 5-on-5 minutes against third and fourth lines? So you don't have these situations if they're happening once a month. That's all. It's a hypothetical.
No, I know
thought.
what you're saying, but I don't see a world where that can exist.
Neither do I, but it's just, could you go and load up on, no, you can't.
Okay.
It's wishful thinking.
780-218-9999 or hit us up over in the the nasty chat. We'll get to some of this conversation. Somebody's saying, you guys, do you think Wallman could just replace Bouch? First of all, he's not going anywhere. And Wallman has flaws to his game as well.
Yeah.
I mean, he does defensively. Some decision making has not been great so far this year. He's been pretty injury riddled.
He's got a penchant
for a while now. Like that's kind of a thing. So no, I don't think that's great news. Mike from Calgary says, guys, the great news here is it's not 8 years, it's only 4. Yeah, but then it's gonna be 7 more at 13.
No,
which probably isn't going to go over very well.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Okay, and then what about Rashog and I kind of went back and forth on this.
I enjoyed that
as well.
conversation.
And I wasn't just doing it to like, hey, let's create some. I honestly disagreed with him.
Politely.
And I tried to disagree politely.
You said politely.
Yeah. Well, that's a good way to say when you're going to strongly disagree with someone's point.
Yeah.
If you say I politely disagree.
Yeah.
That's better than me saying I think you were way off.
Right.
I think you're wrong, and I'm going to tell you the truth.
It's like with all due respect.
Yeah. I got time for the conversations, on both sides of this. But basically the conversation we had this morning was I looked at it and went, okay. That was a killer for the team. And I know they came back and then he was part of them blowing in overtime as well. But they get a pretty fortunate call to avoid going down 2-0.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden, right after that, the same dudes putting them back up 2-0. And I was listening to the game coming back from Tuesday night basketball. I don't know what it is. I guess maybe I need to listen to Stoff more on the radio because he must be just like it all the time. But he was miserable.
Oh, yeah. Well, he had some choice words for me last night.
I texted the group chat. I said, is it as bad as it sounds? Because Stoff sounded like he was going to run down to the ice, break onto the bench, and tell everybody to start shooting.
Well, it is his team.
So it was funny because he's sitting there and there was an odd man rush or something. Right now I turn on the radio and I hear Stoff go, how about a shot? And I was like, yes, we're getting in one now. What is this, Gager?
Oh, Gager's cooking up. Is it
I don't know.
panino?
What is that?
It's stuff from here.
What is it?
Chicken.
It's chicken?
Joaquin, you were great last night, by the way.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that suit looked terrific, buddy.
Yeah.
All right, I'll try one of these. Anyway, and then the goal gets called back.
Yeah.
And then they score again, and that was the end. Like Stoff was done.
Well, yeah. Oh, boy.
I feel like Gager's tricking me into something here.
No, he's trying to. Can I have that one?
Well, hey, of course, man.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
two of them,
I'll save it. But
So basically, the conversation was, when did that goal get scored? 11:03. It's like midway through the second period.
I have the scoring summary here.
Midway through the second period, goal gets scored.
11:03. Very good memory.
So, like at that point, there was nobody else to blame on that. Like that was just 100% on Bouchard.
Correct.
It's not like some of those other plays were like, well, this guy didn't cover his guy. And yeah, Bouch made a bad turnover here, but 3 other things could have happened. And boy, that was a weak goal on Skinner. Like that one, Bouchard basically gift wrapped the other team a goal.
Yes.
Okay, there was no debating it. There was no, Ekholm could help. There was no debate about it. It was 100% on Evan Bouchard. If you were ever going to sit him down, you got 9 minutes left. Sit him down. Tell him he's going back up. He's going back.
Oh,
hey,
that's
Big Uke.
supersized Indiana Jones.
He's going to go back out in the third, not bench him for the entire game. But I think something like that will eventually make Bouchard a better player.
Yeah.
Tell me what Bouch learned last night. What did he learn last night?
That he's going to be put back out there
immediately and play 28 minutes.
Does good things.
And play 28 minutes.
Yeah.
So how does Evan Bouchard become a better player if when you have one of, if not the worst turnover in the entire league this year, your coach goes, nobody cares, so I'm not going to sit him. They all care. What are you talking about?
I know Shoggy said that there was nuance to it, and I understand the point Shoggy was making in like you can't come crack him with the hammer that hard.
Why?
Because now I was like, okay, I understand where Shoggy was coming from on that point. However, this continues to happen. And like we said, I think this is his 7th pro season. He's
377 games
400
in.
games.
And so a lot of good playoff games on top of that.
Okay. Like
He's played over 400 games.
If you don't want to, hit him with the hammer because you need him to feel confident, to make plays and provide offense to help you win. Maybe you give him a warning smack. And that would be something like, guess what, Evan? You're not on the next power play.
Yeah.
Wake up. You're not on the next
It's
power
just like
play.
an in-game wake-up call.
Yeah. You want to give them goals? Well, now they're going to be penalized for that. We're going to play 5-on-5. You need to be responsible defensively. You need to make up for that play. But guess what? You're not doing it with your cookie time.
Yeah.
Something like that. Like I'm
It's
talking out loud.
It's tough to
ideas and solutions potentially.
It's tough for fans and the media who are down there and any of us to believe what Knobloch says. Well, we know he cares, because if anybody on the team some nights doesn't look like he cares, it's Evan Bouchard, just from an engagement level. Like, tell me he cared in overtime last night.
Didn't look like
if he cares so much that he cost the team a goal and almost cost them 2 points or 1 point. If he cares so much, what did we see that made him, that we know he cares so much about the error that he just made? Because in overtime, he didn't do anything. He lost a race to the puck, didn't battle hard enough for it. They went and stood in no man's land and left the guy wide open in front of the net when he's the one defenseman on the ice. So tell me again how he cares so much about his mistakes, because I'm not sure I see any proof of it. And we're going to sit here again in a month and have this same conversation. But man, he's been pretty good for 2.5 weeks. And then he's going to go do something so boneheaded that we have to have these same stupid conversations because, he cares. We don't need to hold him accountable in any fashion. Like, I just don't understand how that makes him better in the future. When you hold people accountable and make them pay for certain mistakes, they're more likely to not do it again than if you go, hey, man, that was actually maybe the worst play of your entire career. You had some bad ones
tomorrow.
But get back out there again.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I don't know. I don't think that's how people should be handled in general. So
Nick in the North says it's amazing we're coddling a player's feelings this much. And Nick, I was going to say this as Dusty.
I'm not.
That was well said.
But you mean
must be
from a coach perspective,
yeah,
right? Yeah.
And I think like publicly last night when the Bouchard thing came up, I think Knobloch, because he's a good person, he protected him a little bit. Whether you agree or disagree with that.
Stop protecting a guy who makes $10.5 million.
I know, but that's his instinct, right? But then maybe he has that discussion with Evan or rips him a new one behind the scenes. But I think, to me at least, listening to him say, well, he does get rattled or he's affected, he cares, and then we'll talk about it tomorrow. Like, that was, to me, I interpret it as Knobloch sort of shielding him, a little bit. And then, when he has his conversation with him today, what the fiddlestick were you doing? Why the fiddlestick did you do that? How many fiddlesticking years have you been in this
I would
league?
say this, if that's the actual language he used, I would laugh at him. Although Knobloch does see like he would use fiddlesticks.
I think it's
What the fiddlesticks, Boosh?
Yeah.
Just very angrily.
Yes. Sorry, it's an alternative to saying expletive. But anyway, I've interpreted it as like he protected. And then I think it was C. Ron said something in the chat too, like, oh, that was a Skinner turnover. I don't know if you were joking or not, but that's something I actually thought about. And then I watched the replay a couple more times. And no, it was a standard setup behind the net for your D-man. Yes, there was pressure coming from the one side. He had to evade. But you had to have seen Tage Thompson. And if you've got one guy out pressuring you on one side, you got to make a move to get by him. And you see a 6'7" giant coming at you, fire it off the glass and out. Don't try to toe drag.
Like, all he had to do was anything but what he did.
Yeah.
Right? That's the worst possible play you could have made at that moment. And you didn't, you're just right back out there.
Yeah.
To me, those types of moments, and maybe with the modern day player, it comes back around and it benefits Knobloch in this situation. But for me, those types of moments are when the guys start to go, well, I mean, I'll just try to make the offensive play again because I make usually, 90% of the time when I have the puck, 95% of the time when I have the puck, I make really good plays with it. So I'm just going to continue to fold under pressure during the regular season. I mean, he's been different. We were talking about it between shows today. Reed and Hernan and I were in the boardroom. We're talking. And I was just like, he's been so good for like 97% of the playoffs over the last 2 years that I'm almost concerned that like he's even due for a blunder or two in significant moments at postseason time because it's just like in his DNA. So I don't know. I thought that was an easy one, right? It even would act maybe as a bit of a motivator for the team before the end of that period to like, the Bouchard isn't playing because he absolutely sewered us on the second goal. Let's crank it up a notch here.
You know how they bounced back from that goal? By allowing another one 56 seconds later.
Between the legs.
Yeah. I didn't like that one on Skinner. I know it was a cheeky, clever play by Josh Doan.
Yeah.
But I still thought to myself, I'm like, that was the one
I was a little curious, and I guess Kulak is coached to have his stick on the inside there because it was an easy pass down to Doan.
Yeah.
Right?
And then he tucks it.
Yeah.
But that's the one on Skinner. I'm like, how did that get by you? And I respect the cheekiness of Doan's play. But to me, I'm like, that was the one, at least for me last night, that I thought.
Could Skinner have played better last night? Yep.
Yes.
He could have.
Oh, yeah.
I thought he made some saves, actually.
So
They were pretty good saves. But could he have played better last night? Of course he could have. But the guy who gets paid the most to play defense in front of him failed miserably a couple of times last night.
And then here's another thing, too. Like the deflection goal by Doan on the power play in the first period. You know who the two guys that left Doan wide open?
Can I guess on one of them?
Go for it.
Evan Bouchard?
Yeah.
Trying to get out of the way?
Well, he stayed off to the side.
Yeah, of course.
Stayed off to the
He's
side.
looking for that rebound so he could grab it and find Tage Thompson.
I see what you did there.
That might have been a little mean.
That was pretty good. And then
still,
the other one was Regula, who was off to the other side. And
why are they out there together?
That's a great question.
I mean, Regula and
thought
Bouch,
the
that
same
must
thing.
have been mid-change.
Could have been, yeah.
There's no way Bouch and Regula are supposed to be out there together.
So if you're watching it from the Oilers net out, because they showed that one angle, I'm like, where the hell are the D-men? And I'm like, oh, Bouchard's off to the right 15 feet that way. Regula was, I think, collecting himself from the left side.
Yeah.
And Doan literally, like, watched the pass to Darlene and then had a chance to, like, kind of pivot and then tip it down. And he buried it.
Great tip. Nice finish.
Yeah, and he was and he was kind of
so
backing
easy.
in towards Skinner.
So easy.
Yeah, the Thompson one, that's Bouchard. And then the second Doan one, that's one I didn't love. And then the Tuck one, yes, he was deep in his net. I think Noodles said it. I think Gager said it too. But the breakdown in front of him was egregious from the three guys.
Yeah, like that. That was not good. 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999 is where you can get in. We are going to dive into a few other things here as well, starting with your Popeyes spicy headlines. If you are looking for a bite to eat over the lunch hour, may we suggest hitting up Popeyes. 3-piece bone-in chicken right now, available for just $8. Podkolzin. I want to make him the Popeyes spicy headlines today. I love that goal. Like, I love that goal from Podkolzin. I know you're a big-time hater of the player.
Oh, jeez. He was our first star of the game, brought to you by Damon Bunting Real Estate.
I saw that. And he was our Prolux Lighting Bright Light of the Night as well. And he should be. I love that goal so much because the Oilers don't score those goals.
You worked hard for it?
How many times this year, and if I had more time, I would love to go back and rewatch every goal this season. How many times this year has an Oiler been engaged, fighting with a defender, and banged in the third rebound after he already banged at it a couple of times? Like, that goal was a unicorn this year for this team. I mean, they're a highly skilled team, and they score goals in pretty ways. But that goal from Podkolzin, man, I was just like, good for you. Because that team, first of all, only a few of the guys go to that area anyway. Mm-hmm. And for him to stay on it and get rewarded like that was one of my favorite goals of the entire year for the hockey team.
The last one I can recall that they had like that was Clattenburg's goal.
Yeah. Yeah, but even Clattenburg didn't have to battle as hard as Podkolzin
That's
did.
true.
Like, that might have been their hardest working goal of the season.
would
That might
give
be
you
a
that.
better way to put it.
Yeah.
Because Clattenburg's was at the edge of the net, and he was engaged
Slapped
a bit.
at home, yeah.
Yeah, like Troll text in, it says, Clattenburg is the only other goal I can think of that mucked it up.
Yeah.
It's December 10th, and we can identify 2 goals. Like, you should have a goal like that every game when you're banging around in front of the net, right? How many of Hyman's 50
He scored a lot
were
that.
like that? Or at least he was
Probably 25
at the
of them.
corner of the net on the power play,
Yeah.
just tipping them in.
Yeah.
But I loved it. I loved it. So Popeye Spicy headlines, Podkolzin, one of the hardest working, if not the hardest working goal of the year for the Edmonton Oilers. Just want to take some time to give him some. He's got 6 goals now. What's how many games they played?
30.
Okay. What's his pace right now? Let's see here.
So that'd be around 15.
I was going to say 30 times 16, 16.4.
Nice.
We'll
That's a
round
new
it up for
career
the
high.
guy. 17. Let's say he's on pace for 17 goals.
Yeah.
That's pretty good from what you were expecting from him coming in. I was expecting like 10. If he can continue to, grind it out here.
I appreciate the things he does on our last show. I
Do
gave
you?
him a lot of props. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I do. Now, it's like if you go into, well, he should be a top 6 guy. That's where I would politely disagree. But, he's found a niche here in the top 6. And
Good on him to identify that, hey, there's nobody really like me.
Exactly. I'll give him all the credit in the world for that. And he busts his ass. And he scores hard goals. And he does stuff that no one else on the team wants to do. Engages physically. He deserves credit for that because there is not a lot of Podkolzins on this team. Or the Podkolzin mentality.
Max Bazuzu says in the last second goal, Pod's stick gets slashed, so he just tackles the defender so that McDavid gets to the puck. James says Podkolzin was 99% last night. Just a fantastic overall game. Just hated to see that when he got time with 29 and 97, he went blind behind the back pass within 30 seconds. That's what you have to do with those guys, right?
No, yeah.
Right away. That's good. Big Uke was just here in the office. He's in the chat. He says, man, it's cold in that office, Dusty. No, it's not. It's not cold at all here. It's extremely, in fact, to be honest with you, it's a little too warm. All right, let's do this. It's a Play Alberta numbers game. We've got a few plays sitting there waiting for you over at the EST specials page at playalberta.ca. We had a great idea with Play Alberta to launch our own page at playalberta.ca. And
Yeah. An original
a
idea.
very original idea, and it's gone very well, I think.
Yep.
We've got the Lakers money line, DeAndre Ayton over 13.5 points at plus 185. And then we've got that Reed Wilkins, Trent Frederick goal play of the day at plus 540. I don't even know what that is.
May I say?
Yeah, I don't know.
I thought that they had left it up there by accident, but I believe
maybe.
it's an ongoing thing until Trent Frederick
So, like,
scores a goal.
I guess
I think
it
it's
sort
kind
of
of an
just
inside
carries
joke
over.
now.
So that's a good one.
I even said to Reed at the game earlier in the week, I'm like, did you put it up there for every game or what? He goes, I don't know. I just suggested it, and it's still up there.
Still sitting there.
Yeah.
And then we've got our lock shot partner parlay that Huss and I just threw up. Kings, Wings, and Panthers, all 3 on the road tonight, plus 560. Okay, let's play this game for the numbers game here.
Okay.
You said it, Tommy. They don't have a 3-game winning streak yet.
They do not. They've won twice in a row, 4 times now this season.
You know that game they play, when you're sick and you're home from school and you're watching Price is Right?
Of course.
And you have to move, like it's got 3, and you have to move it above 5 numbers and lock in the right price.
Oh, yeah, I like that
This
game.
is how I kind of imagine this game.
Oh, boy.
So where on the schedule do the Oilers get 3 in a row?
Oh, boy.
Okay, let me give you the schedule.
I'm going to look at it.
This will be a fun little game here. I got the schedule here in front of me.
All right.
Red Wings, I'll just lay it out here, and then we can kind of come back around.
to the next 3 games.
Okay, so Red Wings, Maple Leafs, Habs.
Yeah, no.
Toronto, Montreal, back-to-backs. The Leafs game, Tommy, will be at Boston Pizza Westgate.
Yes.
Okay, so Detroit, Toronto, Montreal, Pittsburgh, Boston, Minnesota, Vegas,
No.
Calgary. They go Calgary, Jets.
That's one where I could see
Christmas
ding, ding,
break in there. Oilers will be off for 3 days, 24th, 25th, 26th. You know how they are coming out of...
That's the only one this month where I
Okay.
could see them.
So they go
sliding to
Flames,
3 games.
Jets. Hellebuck will be back for the Jets at that time.
Yeah,
though.
he's skating today, I saw.
Yeah. And then the Bruins again.
Bruins give them fits.
Then January, I thought maybe this would be the window for me. Flyers, Preds, both at home, 2 days between games, and then on the road in Winnipeg. I think that's the window for me. If I had to guess where the 3-game winning streak comes from, I'm going to say Philly, Nashville, Winnipeg.
This is a very sad
January
exercise.
3rd to the 8th.
Very sad that it's at the point, and this is how much faith we have in the team to actually win 3 in a row.
Maybe this is it. If it hasn't happened by January 10th, they play the Kings. After the Kings, at Chicago, and the Hawks are better than they were last year, don't get me wrong, but the Oilers should beat Chicago. At Chicago, I said they should have beat Buffalo last night too, so I guess it doesn't mean anything. But, which is why we're having this conversation, I guess. At Chicago, at Nashville, those are back-to-backs, and then at home versus the Islanders. That'd be 3 games in 4 days with a little bit of travel in between.
And the Islanders
I'm trying to make
have been good
excuses
this year.
for a Hawks, Preds, Islanders.
The Oilers
They got to string it
Preds.
together here at some point. See, that's why I like Philly, Nashville, Winnipeg to be in January.
Okay.
And then we can say, it's a new year.
Start fresh. Turn the page.
Calgary, Winnipeg's interesting too.
That's the one where I think
A Christmas miracle.
I can't believe it's that sad that A, there's no 3-game winning streak at all this season, and B, we have to look basically 2 weeks ahead in the schedule at a wounded team in the Jets, which will be stronger with Hellebuck if he's back by then, and a Flames team that has just been sad this season, but did beat the Oilers the first game.
Yeah. Somebody says Saturday's game is a schedule loss. Troy Stetcher revenge game.
Honestly, you're probably
right.
Good text.
The troll says that Frederick one is still sitting there because Play Alberta's cleaning up on it. KD Flyer texts in and says, have you looked at the Flyers record? It's pretty good. Look, man, 50% to 70% of the league has a very good record compared to the Oilers.
Yeah.
Right. So, or at least close to what the Oilers record is. So, yeah I know. They got to win 3 games at some point, though. My God. Let's see here. My favorite Price is Right game is the one with the yodeling mountain climber.
I like that one too.
What was that called? That was
Cliffhanger?
Cliffhanger. Good work, Tommy. Nice work.
I liked Hole in 1 or 2.
Hole in 1 or 2 was pretty good.
Plinko, obviously classic. Was it the one, the Punch Out?
Punch Out. I was going to say.
I like Punch Out.
Plinko's fun, but Punch Out is underrated.
And do you remember?
Didn't you always want to punch in that
Yeah,
thing?
I'm like, what sequence would I do? But do you remember Bob Barker, whenever, I can't remember what it was, that he would pull out like a clip of $100 bills?
Yeah, and he would give him
he'd give it to you. I don't know what you'd have to do to earn it.
If you guessed the Showcase Showdown on the money, didn't he give you $100?
I think he just, and I'm like,
I think that's what it was. Somebody will clarify this for us.
Clip? Or did somebody give him like, here's
you think that's his own cash?
I don't know.
Nah, that'd be provided by the studio.
Yeah.
Yeah, rest in peace, Bob Barker.
Oh, legend. Legend. And
I haven't watched as much since Drew Carey took over, but I'm surprised Drew Carey's gone on such a big run.
I think Drew Carey's done a good job, and those are huge shoes to fill.
Massive shoes to fill.
Also, I think Bob Barker was like a fighter pilot in World War II.
Come on.
Dude, I swear to God.
Did you know about the Nutcracker thing that I was surprised about today?
You didn't know it actually had
I didn't know that it served a purpose.
Practical use.
I didn't know it served a purpose.
Why do you think it was ever created? Do you think it was just like a musical?
Yes. I thought it came from like a big bunch of nutcrackers who were like army soldiers and then got a spell put on them and they became wooden men. And then they were called nutcrackers.
Okay.
That's how I kind of thought.
Okay.
So was Bob Barker actually a pilot in World War II? What a twist.
Bob Barker. Oh, he's part Indigenous.
Yeah, contestants row exact bid, $500 bonus.
Yep.
Okay, so that's what I meant on the guessing part, not the Showcase Showdown. The Showcase Showdown, if you're within so much, you get both showcases.
Barker joined the United States Navy Reserve in 1943 during World War II to train as a fighter pilot. Did not serve in combat. On January 12, 1945, while on leave from the military, Barker married Dorothy Jo.
Wow. So if he wasn't on the leave from the military at that very moment, he wouldn't have married his wife.
Dorothy Jo.
Wow.
But he also had Barker's beauties, and Dorothy Joe passed away in 1981. So
God, he just kept going.
yeah, he kept going.
And then you said he married one of his Barker's beauties later on?
I think there was like allegations of him trying to get frisky with them. But
That's the
they
exact reason you can never become the host of Price is Right.
Well, they have guys on there now, so
Of course they do. Yeah,
thank you.
All right. Let's see. Big Maple's bet says, wasn't Bob Ross a sniper with a bunch of confirmed kills? No way.
Really?
No way.
Oh,
I think he was
Like the painting guy?
the guy. Yeah, the guy who painted. Yeah,
He's so happy.
yeah, happy little trees.
They put a tree right there. Right there.
What is
What?
it? It's there's no mistakes. It's a happy little accident. Isn't that what he said? Yeah, he served in one of the wars. I don't know if
yeah.
it was,
Come on.
Vietnam.
Military career.
Master Sergeant served as first sergeant of the clinic at Eielson Air Force Base in Alaska. He enlisted in the U.S. Air Force, put into service as medical records technician.
So he wasn't a sniper with a bunch of kills.
No.
It says here, having held military positions that required him to act tough and mean, the guy who makes you scrub the latrine, the guy who makes you make your bed, like basically the drill sergeant.
Yeah.
Because you told me to, drill sergeant. Ross decided he would not raise his voice when he left the military.
No kidding. Right there.
Yeah.
Put a little birdie right there. Over that tree.
All right, there you go, man. Things you know, things you didn't know, but now you know because of the oil stream. That's good. I do like the idea of Bob Ross though being the greatest sniper in American military history.
Bob Ross is a killer.
Yeah, what's out? It's Mr. Dressup burned down the White House in the War of 18 whatever it was. 1812. Yeah.
It was really the British, but
In the War of
Canadians had something
1812,
to do with it.
Mr. Dressup
Yeah.
burned down the White House, and while the wood was sitting there embering and smoking, Fred Penner crawled through it. That would be funny.
God.
All right. Oh, geez. Troll, I'm not reading that one. My God. We don't need to get too carried away. See that? Jeez, we're not reading that one. Doof texted. It says, I was at the game last night. It had an exciting finish, but my gosh, I was sitting next to Statmaster and Debbie Downer, who should be out there instead. Really stunk up the experience.
Oh, Doof.
That sucks, Doof.
Can I say something? A big shout out to Doof. Because Doof, you can catch him at Bauer and Red Star. He's bartending there.
Okay.
And he's been hawking 6 o'clocker lagers there.
My
like
man.
crazy. Yeah. So
My
shout
man.
out to Doof.
Hey, once you have one, you're going to have another.
He said a lot of people really like them. And then even some ladies have taken to them.
Drink of the females, I guess.
Of the people, man.
Yeah, that sounds really good. Pat in the county says Canadian heroes, those two. Mm-hmm. Mr. Dressup and Fred Penner.
Yeah.
Coming together.
Mr. Dressup was American that moved to
Yeah.
Canada because he worked with Fred Rogers. The Amazon documentary on
I still like the
Mr.
idea of him
Dressup.
burning down the White House.
I
though.
think it's tremendous.
Yeah.
It explains a lot.
Yeah, it does.
But if you ever get a chance, watch the documentary on Mr. Dressup. Absolutely tremendous. Like it got dusty in my living room when I was watching that.
Mr. Dressup burns down the White House.
Yeah.
Fred Penner crawls through the ashes, and then the word bird flies over, drops a note, and they open it up and says, "Congratulations, you win.
You win.
Game over." I always thought Mr. Dressup was Canadian. That sucks.
Like he was born and raised in the States and then worked with.
That guy could draw the hell out of something too.
He was very
I
creative.
used to love when he'd go to that art easel and start drawing. I was like, what's he going to do?
And it was-
He
and
must. Dude, I heard one time that he traced, like underneath he could see a little outline.
No,
That's what I heard,
it
but I don't
seems
want to
so
believe
natural.
it. I don't want to believe
It
it.
seems so natural. And the other thing that I liked about Mr. Dressup's art, like
Yeah.
it felt like when you were a kid, you could do it too. It
Yeah,
was simple
because
enough.
it was
to be
like
I
certain
think I could
things.
do that.
Yeah.
And
Well, that's a
you
good
wanted to
point.
get some construction paper or whatever and do some arts and
Yeah.
crafts. It's like, I think I could do what Mr. Dressup
That
did.
is good. All right, that's going to do it for the oil stream today.
Great show.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
I feel really relieved right now.
I want rest in peace Bob Ross too, but Bob Ross to do a painting of standing next to the net after he set up Tage Thompson for the second goal last night. Just
Right, Jim.
all right. What's coming up on EST Afternoons? What do we got?
We got highlights, lowlights, of course, of the game yesterday. Hernan and Gager will get into that for sure. Derek Van Diest from NHL.com,
Nice.
friend of the show as well. And EST will be checking in Hernan's World for the Edmonton Garrison Memorial Golf and Curling Club. And we also got the Screw It, Let's Do It NHL Parlay.
Lots coming up on EST Afternoons. If you're on TuneIn or iHeart or at EdmontonSportsTalk.com or over on YouTube, just keep her locked in. Click on autoplay on YouTube. That'll take you right on over. EST Afternoons with Hernan and Gagers on the way. That will be followed up by the Reed Wilkins Show today from 3 until 6. That's going to do it for the Oil Stream. Brought to you by Boston Pizza. Check out their holiday playlist. Absolutely delicious at all Boston Pizza locations. For Tom Gazzola, I am Dustin Nielson. Talk to you tomorrow morning on The Nielson Show. Take it easy.